What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is culture shocked Americans share the things they didn't realise were so American. I think this is going to be good because it's either going to shock us,
or it's going to be like, yeah, we knew this.
Oh, yeah, we knew this, we've heard about it, but still, we don't do this.
Yeah.
Or it may be
basically just show how bad,
how different it is,
how horrible the UK is compared.
Yeah, that's a good
how
way
much
to
things
put
we
it.
lack.
Yeah, definitely. That is probably.
Sorry, I interrupted you, but
that's alright. You can interrupt me anytime you want.
Thanks.
I think I do it all the time too. Right, culture shocked Americans share the things they didn't realise were so American. We're going to debunk it if it's UK as well.
Yeah.
And let's get straight into it. You're right.
Yeah,
you are on one today, aren't you?
I just wanted to interrupt you.
You are on one today.
Americans of Reddit. What is something you didn't realize was typically American until you went abroad? Having your drink constantly refilled.
Oh, we missed that. We wish we had that.
I just want to drink a ton of water, alright. Garbage disposals in sinks.
Yeah,
when I moved to the
a game
UK,
changer.
my flatmates asked
that
how in movies people would stick their hands in the sink drain and it'd be ripped apart.
Yeah, that is something which a lot of people said in the comments. I think I said you put like your chicken bones stuff out in. Don't do that apparently. A lot of people in the comments said you don't do it.
Is it things like your scraps?
Yeah.
Like if you're rinsing your plate and you've got a bit of like rice or something, that's fine.
Straight down there.
Obviously you don't just, if you've got half a chicken on your plate, you don't just go, yeah, down the sink, you put it in the bin.
I think some people do
that. But
that.
That's cool though, because we always rinse our plates off, but we have like a little catcher in our sink, so you rinse your plate off, and then it catches it, doesn't it, before it goes down the drain? Yeah, then you have to
put it in a bin. It gets all icky, doesn't it? I wish we had one of them drains.
I told them about garbage disposals and they were very weirded out. Red plastic cups for parties.
Yep.
So much so that people outside US use them as an accessory to American
We do. We actually do.
I doubt this is restricted to America in any way, but when I studied abroad in the UK, the lack of public drinking laws was a bit of a culture shock.
Okay.
Being able to walk outside with a bottle of beer was very freeing.
Yeah, we can.
Yep.
Beer is apparently disgusting and an offense to most of the world's palate.
We need to try root beer because it's not actually a beer.
Isn't it?
No, I always thought
it was. That's why I always put it off.
No, but it's not actually a beer. But we need to try it.
Plenty of free bathrooms around for the public to use.
Yeah, that's
when I went to Australia, I found out very quickly that no one down there roots for a team. They go for a team. So when I said I root for the Red Sox, I got a lot of weird looks. Rooting means effing in Australian.
Oh wow.
Free public restrooms. When I visited Europe, I thought it was the strangest thing that you had to pay to use a public restroom.
Yep.
There's a big shortage of water fountains once you leave the US, I've noticed.
Wait, what?
Shortage of water fountains once you leave the US.
Yeah, we only have them in gyms and stuff, don't we?
Yeah, in schools. But in Jersey...
Not in all schools. I think Jersey has more than the UK, but...
In Jersey, we have them in the parks, the children parks.
Do we?
Drinking fountains.
Oh, I never knew that.
In every primary school, at least, but even in my secondary school, we have drinking fountains in the playground. That's only, I can only say that from a Jersey point.
Yeah, UK hardly has any. Yeah.
But I do know that in Jersey children's parks, there are drinking fountains.
Yeah. So there you go. If you ever want a drink, go to a children's park. Mine look a bit weird though.
That's good. I don't recommend that.
Sugar. When I visited Japan, even some of their sweetest desserts pale in comparison to how much sugar is in American food. Not an American, but I can always spot Americans at the airport because they take off their shoes at security, even if it's not required.
Do they?
We don't take our shoes off.
My high school senior trip to London. As a typically ravenous appetite 18-year-old, I couldn't get over how small everything was standing. Dressing liked to do stuff like grocery shop. Went to the Netherlands for about 2 weeks, and we never saw anyone dressing comfy like, everyone looked nice, everywhere, at all hours. You catch me walking through Walmart at 3 AM and I'm wearing old PJs.
Yes,
whatever shirt I happen to.
I'd say that's a UK. People in the UK do that, but it's like
I never do it in pajamas. I just think like I'll wear comfy shorts and a
I won't ever
shirt.
go out in joggers, like jogging bottoms or tracksuit bottoms. I won't ever go outside.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people.
That's just my own personal preference. Yeah, but like I see people out in.
They wouldn't wear pajamas though.
No, we
would never wear pajamas. I think that's the main difference with pajamas.
Yeah,
isn't
we
it?
would never wear pajamas.
Who existed, and him probably not wearing socks. I was struck by the extent to which nobody talks to strangers in Northern Europe. Even in big cities in the US, people will talk to each other sometimes in line, on the subway, etc. Not deep conversations, but it isn't weird to make casual conversation. How large grocery stores are here. My wife is not American, and we lived in China, and we're in HK all the time. They had large international stores that were great, and she didn't really grasp the size of American grocery stores till our first week in the USA, and
Yeah,
there's
they're huge compared to
150
ours, aren't
feet
they?
of cereals on
ridiculous.
one aisle. Being friendly to an extent, I checked in at a hostel and walked into the lounge area where people from all over the world were just chilling. I kinda introduced myself to the whole room, and someone goes, "You're from the States, yeah?" And I'm like,
What?
"Yeah, how do you know?" They said, "Only an American will walk into a room of strangers and introduce themselves to everybody." My
I'd never
British
talk to
friend
anyone.
makes fun of me for how much cheese I use in my cooking. Doesn't stop her from inhaling my potato casseroles, but there you go.
Well, I mean, we use
But
a lot of
that's
cheese.
not-
I'm
that's not-
obsessed with cheese.
That's not an American thing. I think that's a
just cheese
James
lover.
thing.
That's just- if maybe the name's James.
Yeah, James
We have extra
consumes
cheese
a
in
lot.
everything, don't we?
Yeah, like even the stuff that's already comes with cheese in.
You put extra
he's-
cheese in.
Yeah, but we're not talking like a little bit of extra. We're talking like a whole packet of
And the
extra
thing
cheese.
is, my body does not like cheese.
But you'll just sit there, won't you? Have a whole bunch. Like, he'll go to me, "Oh, I got lunch at work." I was like, "What'd you get?" "I just got a whole pack of cheese."
Mozzarella. I know it's not mozzarella, but
Doesn't make
yeah.
a difference.
Buying stuff and the cashier putting your items in a plastic or paper bag. Went to Germany and found it strange they don't bag your items.
Yeah, they
Everyone
don't.
just brings their own bag or dumps their stuff in a backpack.
Yeah.
Measuring
Depends.
walking slash
Well,
There's a few shops I've been to in Jersey, and they will pack the carrier bag.
it's
for
very
me.
rare though, isn't
But
it?
it depends on the cashier.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
required though. There's no
No,
specific
they
bag
don't.
person.
They don't. You pack your own bags, but sometimes they will.
But in the US,
Help.
there's a lot of the time a specific bag person. You've got a person on the till and then
Yeah,
a
someone
bag
at the
person
back,
at the
yeah.
end. We never have that.
No.
driving distance in blocks.
Make life easier.
It's the unit of measure I use most frequently when giving directions. The restaurant is 3 blocks away. Go south 1 block, and then 2 blocks west. I live 6 blocks from the grocery store. It
Yeah,
wasn't
we don't do
until
that.
I
No.
studied abroad in England and got a complete blank look when I asked someone how many blocks away the library was that I realized using block as a measurement only makes sense in cities that were largely pre-planned and built
Yep.
on grid
Yeah.
system. ACA, not many places outside the US. S'mores. I was in New Zealand having a bonfire on the beach and someone went and grabbed a bag of marshmallows and then everyone just ate them by themselves. And someone from Sweden asked me if s'mores
Yeah.
were a real thing or only on TV.
We need
We
to
just
try and pop it.
we just toast
This all could
marshmallows
be-
on a fire.
Yeah, just toast them.
We
But
don't
we
add
need to try
anything else.
s'mores, don't we?
We do.
Properly, we
Like
need to
proper
try.
real ones.
Due in part to the fact other places don't tend to have graham crackers. Massively wide roads/lanes. The whole of Ireland made me feel claustrophobic, but when I
Don't come
got
to
back
Jersey.
home the roads felt like way too much wasted space. 24-hour stores. It's weird not being able to buy random shit at 4 a.m.
We don't have
Imagine if
that.
we could do that.
I know.
Every European country I visited, the drinks would best be described as cool, but definitely not cold like in the US.
Kind of like our water. We've kind of just bought it straight from a shop, haven't we? And then we recorded, and it's lukewarm. I'd
Then
say.
don't get me
I'd say
wrong.
lukewarm.
If somebody offers me with ice, I'll take it. But I'm not that bothered to go and get it myself.
Yeah, at home we don't really ice our
I'm
own
not that
drink,
bothered.
But out we'll have ice.
I like if we go out, they say, "Do you want ice with that?" We'll say, "Yeah."
Yeah.
But it's not. I'm not that bothered enough to go and get ice.
We're just
myself.
lazy, aren't we?
That's pretty much it. But it makes no difference to me, really.
It is a Japanese culture to always greet someone as a sign of respect, but I feel uneasy that Americans sometimes looks at you and do a half smile while not saying anything. The stereotype about us being loud is true. I never thought of myself as being loud until I went abroad and would hang up the phone after speaking in what I thought was appropriate volume to find everyone around me was staring at me and realized how much more quiet they were, all whoops. Ask any soldier after multiple deployments what one of the most remarkable things about America, and it would be massive grocery stores. Road trips.
I mean,
At
they
least
are
just
massive.
Jumping in the car and driving a few hours without giving it much thought. I live in a large western state, and it seems at least every other weekend my family and I were in the car traveling for a few hours to see some sight. Going to Mexico or another state. I have relatives in Switzerland and they were going to drive us to the Frankfurt airport, and I was blown away how big of a deal it was to them. My uncle had the car inspected, shopped around for gas, and printed off travel and weather reports. All for a trip my dad would have said, "Hey, let's do this weekend." In the car, kids.
I mean,
Butter.
yeah, we don't really drive over. Anything over an hour is a long drive, pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah, in Jersey you have to
Jersey.
be in Jersey. You have to be just driving for no reason to drive for an hour.
Oh yeah, I just meant in UK.
Oh, in the UK.
Can't really put long drives in an island 9x12
No.
in the same conversation.
No.
But in the UK, anything over an hour is a long drive, isn't it? And you don't do it too often.
Nope. Not that I know of, anyway. I haven't been.
But we went to Cleveland, didn't we? That was a 2-hour drive, but that's a long drive.
That killed me. A person that's only goes in a car for a maximum of 20 minutes, that killed me.
And jelly sandwiches. On a related note, no, Vegemite and butter are not an adequate substitution. You know who you are. Keeping Akon 100% of the time in the summer. Visited Madrid for about a month to see the exchange student we housed, and found that they typically only turn on Ak at night to sleep, or when it reaches a damned 105 degrees.
I love the guy speaking.
You're just loving the robot voice, aren't you? Ak.
Turned on the Ak.
No, definitely.
Would you like to turn the Ak
Eating
on?
a burger and fries with your hands. I just assumed everyone did this.
Yeah, I do that.
I went to Sweden with my boyfriend and we stopped at a burger joint. Small local place. When the chef heard we were American, he immediately wanted us to try a specialty burger he made and tell him what we thought about it. They were all excited when we picked it up with our hands and we realized everyone else in the place was using a fork and knife.
I'd use my hands.
See, I use a knife and fork sometimes, don't I?
You knife and fork, I'm hands. It's just knife and fork's too awkward. It starts flying everywhere. Just get it and eat it.
I'm too embarrassed.
Well, I embarrass you, Ben.
Water pressure. Y'all's showers are like a flower watering pot. I like to feel my shower. Like, make the pressure strong enough to tear my skin off. Then back it off like 10%. I grew up in the US and moved to Europe about 10 years ago. I learned quickly to get out of the habit of smiling or saying hello to strangers on the street.
I do that though.
Understand why people found it so off-putting at first, because I thought I was simply being polite. A European friend explained that it comes across as funny/untrustworthy and puts people on their guard. It can still be hard sometimes to shake the feeling that I'm being rude by not smiling at everyone I pass by.
I mean, that depends where you are, because I smile pretty much to most people, and I go, "You alright?" or "Morning," and stuff like that. Like when I'm on the golf course.
Not that I'm rude, but I don't like to talk to people.
Yeah, it's more of a, because I'm from Northern England. Northern England, they all
I don't like.
"You alright?" and stuff like that.
I like to
Southern
walk
England
through with my headphones in. I don't know why. I just find it awkward to talk to people, so I don't like it.
Northern England's just more friendly.
But I'm friendly. I'm friendly when I need to. I'm not rude. I just find it awkward to talk to people.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, I have so much social anxiety, I can't do that.
Whereas I'm just like, "Morning," on golf course, everyone I pass, "Morning, have a good round, lads," or something like that.
Yeah, you do talk to a lot of people.
Just polite. I mean, I'm just polite.
In the States, pregnancy announcements, reveals, baby showers are mainstream, but it's generally a big no-no to bring it up in Kenya.
Oh,
My
wow.
mom found out the hard way. Essentially, asking someone when the baby is due is the equivalent of asking the person when did you and your husband F, which is considered
I guess it technically
rude.
is.
The
I mean,
lady
it is.
my mom asked was gracious about it, but said if we were not such good friends I would have slapped you.
Wow.
I'm not American, but visit the US a lot, and I tell you, almost all Americans has this habit of giving the half-smile look to anyone. That is not just normal anywhere else. Getting to choose from like 50 different types and subtypes of sodas. Hearing commercials advocating you to go to the doctor and demand a prescription for whatever fantasy pill is new to the market on the radio like it is no big deal.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Going out to a restaurant. In America, you are seated as soon as possible, and then they bring you drinks, appetizers, entree, dessert, and then shake as quick as they possibly can, if it's good service, for a total time of 45 minutes to an hour and a half-ish. Staying past this time is seen as a bit rude. In Europe, going out to eat seemed to be more of an event that you slowly enjoyed for a longer period of time.
Well, I mean, I'll cut it off there just because we had this. We went to TGI's, didn't we? Mm-hmm. And it was honestly rapid, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I think we'd eaten our starter and main and had a couple of drinks. And it was like 37 minutes we were done. I was like, that's the quickest.
Yeah, but we finished our starters and then they were standing there already with our mains.
Yeah,
and we were like,
it was just too much.
Like, just give us a chance to
Well, we
process the food.
went to a restaurant the other day and we got him like, oh, do you want to have a drink? Yeah, so we
Yeah.
sat down at the bar, had a drink
We
for
prefer
half an
that,
hour.
don't we? Have a little bit of a drink before,
Yeah.
talk, and then go
Sit
in.
down, order your drinks again, have a bit of a drink, order your food, and to be fair, we were there for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I do think we
weren't
need to go to that place again.
Oh,
that was
definitely.
just so good.
But the TGI's, it was just, it's not normally that rushed, but it was
No.
like, it's just like they wanted to get rid of you. And it was
Even
just
though it
like,
wasn't busy.
It wasn't busy.
It wasn't busy. I don't know. It was bizarre. It was so bizarre.
Yeah, you're out, you're paying quite a bit of money, you want to enjoy your time,
Yeah.
don't you? You don't want to just be in and out.
It was just bizarre.
But obviously, you guys like it quick. Let us know in the comments on that one. Do you prefer a quick meal or a long one? I suppose it depends on
I
what
prefer a
company.
relatively medium, like time-wise. Like I don't want to feel like I'm like shoving my food down my throat, then I've got to get on to the next thing.
Yeah.
But like I also don't want to be like half an hour in between courses because I'm so hungry I can't.
Just not be rushed, and
Yeah.
then your food
Like
comes
just
in
normal,
adequate times.
slow.
And then sometimes you have a coffee and just a chat after as well. Depends what company you're in as
Yeah.
well, doesn't it? But let us know in the comments your thoughts.
First, they bring you drinks and an appetizer for the first hour. Then the second hour is the entree and dessert. Then it's more drinks for another
Dessert.
half hour or so. I don't know if it's because we were American, but it seemed like the wait staff everywhere we went was annoyed that we were rushing them when we just thought it was bad service and didn't understand the routine.
That's fair enough.
The prices abroad don't add tax after the fact. You pay what the price shows.
But that
You
is
need
with
to
tax.
figure the tax. Dumb that we do that here. Shorts. I swear there are 14 million people in Istanbul, and I was the only one wearing shorts.
I'll wear shorts.
James wears
Not
shorts.
I was gonna say,
in all weathers, regardless.
just like if it's raining at golf, I'll wear shorts because as long as you keep your upper body
Everyone in
warm.
my family laughs at him in the winter because they're like, "Oh, James got his shorts on
Yeah.
again. Must be hot."
Like I always wear jumpers a lot of the time in the winter.
Yeah, but you
because
wear shorts.
Keep your upper body warm. You can get your legs out. You can have a bit of freedom on your legs.
You don't want to see his legs, but they're red.
Oh, they're very red right now because it was sunny yesterday, but they're all out.
American. But I found out that having an electric kettle is mandatory in every home like toilet paper or whatever. Canadian for reference.
We've got electric
How are
kettles
you?
everywhere.
Being used in place of hello even with strangers. In the US, how are you needs? Only to be replied with good, you, almost as a way of saying hi. Elsewhere people don't really know how to respond when a stranger asks how are you doing, or how's it going. I did
I
art
mean,
history.
I'm pausing a lot, but I guess it's quite a good topic. I say alright to people, which could be determined as you alright?
Yeah.
Like, as in, oh yeah, I'm alright, mate, how are you? But a lot of people just go, alright, and then
I
kind
find
of
it
the same
awkward
thing.
when you're walking and you like people say like if I say, "Oh, how are you?" and as we're walking and then they stop and then like just trying to tell me how they are and I'm like, I just meant hi.
Yeah, I just keep walking. Like, if I ever happen to say, oh, you ever go, yeah, I'm good, you? I'm going, yeah, good, you, mate, and then carry on walking.
Yeah.
Of course in Italy. What really stood out to me was the size of cars over there. Over here you have a
Cars?
mix of mid-sized sedans and pickup trucks/subs, with the
Subs.
occasional compact car. Back when I went, compact cars here were incredibly scarce. Over there, it seemed like most everyone drove a compact car
Yeah, that's
They're not
with
massive,
the occasional
really.
sports car. I remember counting 6 pickup trucks in the 10 days I was there. For comparison,
We've
I
got a
can
pickup
name
truck.
more than 6 people I know with a
Don't we?
pickup here.
Yep.
Not
Parenting
us, but
roles falling almost exclusively
Yeah, we don't have a big
we have James's parents have 2 pickup trucks.
Yep.
on the mother. Going to Denmark was weird. Almost all strollers were pushed by dads. There was billboards with dads snuggling with their babies, and they were much more loving and affectionate than I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
How colorful people dress. In pretty much every European country I've been to, people dress with really neutral colors without big logos or graphics. In America it's pretty common to have people dress in bright colors, or have a shirt with a cool graphic on it. Europeans dress pretty fashionable, but they aren't very expressive when it comes to clothing.
Okay.
Huge
I don't
amounts
know.
of personal space. I know everywhere has the concept of a personal bubble, but for Americans, it's more like a personal iron curtain. Now I can't unsee the lengths that Americans will go to be far away from other people. Next time you get on an elevator or a metro in America, look at how perfectly spaced out everyone is standing to maximize the distance to other people.
That was good. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, that was good.
It was a very random one with like never normally like kind of like the Siri robot talking
Yeah.
voices, but the subject was good and it made us laugh when
Yeah,
it
it
completely
did.
butchered a few
Yeah.
words. So you enjoyed that?
Yeah, it was good. I liked that one.
Smash that button if you enjoyed it, guys. Smash the subscribe button, would seriously appreciate it. Let us know what else you want to react to in the comments below. Maybe more from this channel, maybe more from like the do which we did earlier on in the day and stuff like that. So smash that button, guys. Smash the subscribe button and watch the video.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.